Hello, grade sixes. On Monday, we went down to the Jukskei River. The Jukskei River runs from Ellis Park in Johannesburg and runs through a lot of the suburbs of Joburg. The reason why we went to the Jukskei River was to look at the water quality in the river. Those of you that's seen some of the video and photograph footage that your colleagues or friends have taken at school will see that this river is very, very polluted. The Jukskei River, as I said, begins in Ellis Park in Johannesburg. Its original spring was the former Doornfontein farm in Johannesburg, and it measured about 18,000 litres per hour. But because of all the development around the city and the concrete surfacing, that stream has disappeared. And now the stream sort of makes its way in Bertram's at the intersection of Queen Street and Sports Avenue, where it emerges from a storm drain. That's where you find it. From there, the river flows through Bez Valley or Bezuidenhout Valley and through Bruma, where we went. It then meanders northwards through Bedfordview and Edenvale, and then flows through Alexandra Township, and then turns northwest and flows through Modderfontein, and some of you might live in that area, Buccleuch, goes past the Leeuwkop prison, goes through Lone Hill and Dane Fern, through that new big development called Steyn City, and it joins the Crocodile River outside Lanseria, near Lanseria Airport. The Jukskei River, oh, by the way, the reason why I'm wearing this red cap is one, to point out the dangers of water pollution, but other is that it's early in the morning and I haven't brushed my hair. The Jukskei River then is joined by many streams along its course. The Modderfontein Spruit, the Bromfontein Spruit, and the Klein Jukskei River. The river provides the largest amount of water by discharge. By discharge, we mean running water entering it into the Crocodile River. That eventually joins the Limpopo River. The Jukskei is a shallow river. You can't navigate it. You can't use it for transport. But the important thing, and that's what I want you to remember, that it is highly polluted. And it's mainly polluted because of the urban runoff. The water is running through urban areas, that's the city areas, over tarmacs, concrete, and that then runs into the river. We didn't get into Bez Park because of the restrictions, but if we had looked at the river in Bez Park, we will see that there are canals that the river flows through. That means it's got concrete bottoms and sides. Why is this river so polluted? Well, there's been very poor infrastructure maintenance in Johannesburg and a lot of raw sewage. Remember, we spoke about this, flows into the river on a daily basis. Cholera-causing bacteria have already been found in this river. The river also receives a large inflow. An inflow is water coming into a river from the northern waste treatment plant. What is a treatment plant? A treatment plant is where your sewage, where your SHIT travels through the water from your toilets into a plant. They then in this plant take the water through a series of processes and purify it. That's called a sewage plant. Anyway, so there's some water that once it's been purified that enters the Jukskei River after being purified in the big problem when water has had sewage in it is a problem of what, and you don't need to know this, the problem called eutrophication. Eutrophication means that they're nutrients, they are good things for plants particularly to grow in. And this water that's been enriched by the sewage eventually ends up in the Hartbeespoort Dam. Some of you may have got there. This waste then can include this, but it can also include, like you saw on our walk, solid waste like litter, plastic, metal, cardboard, elastic bands, face masks, etc., etc., plastic bottles, milk cartons, beer bottles, you name it. It all ends up in the river, tons of it. Now, another interesting thing about the Jukskei River is that the banks are prone to bursting. So, because it's such a small river, and there's a lot of urbanization or buildings around the river, during summertime when there are lots of heavy storms, what we call thunderstorms in Johannesburg, the river can rise rapidly and flooding can occur. And this is a major disaster around places like Alexander, where you've got Alexander Township, where you've got buildings all along the side of the river. I hope that explains things and why the quality of the water is not great. I'll also make a video on how to test the quality of the water in the Jukskei River.